What's up, guys? This is Chris from draftdashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, March 23rd. These picks apply for the FanDuel simulated slates. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the draft dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work on FanDuel, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random, and then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, let's get into these picks. Okay guys, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Ish Smith, projected at 23.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,500 FanDuel salary, and let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 22% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 52% chance to score between 15 and 30 fantasy points. He has a 25% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and he has a 2% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at over 75% chance to hit value here. So I like Ish Smith here at 4,500 FanDuel salary. Okay, one of the top end players that I like tonight is Chris Paul, projected at 36.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 7,100 FanDuel salary, and let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 20% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 61% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 17% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So this is a pretty safe play with lots of upside. So I like Chris Paul here at 7,100 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Terrence Ross, projected at 23.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,500 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 16% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 63% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 19% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to break the slate here and score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at near 80% chance to hit value here. So I like Terrence Ross here at 4,500 FanDuel salary. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. And now here's another value play at shooting guard. I like Garrett Temple, projected at 21 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's only 4,000 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He He has a 25% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 58% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 16% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So this is about 75% chance, more like 70+% chance to get you 5 times value or more. I like those odds, so I like Garrett Temple here at only 4,000 FanDuel salary. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Eric Gordon, projected at 21.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's only 4,000 FanDuel salary, and let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 24% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 68% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, so that's your value zone right there. But then he has a 6% chance to crush value between 30 to 45 fantasy points. And what I like about this play is he has a 3% chance to absolutely break the slate and score 60+ fantasy points. You're going to want to draw one of those games that didn't have James Harden, where they featured Eric Gordon. So I like Aaron Gordon at only 4,000 FanDuel salary. Okay, let's take a look at a nice mid-range play here. I like Danilo Gallinari, projected at 30 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 5,900 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 4% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 49% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. This guy's been super consistent throughout the year. He's a nice value play, low risk, nice upside. So I like Danilo Gallinari here at 5,900 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Daniel Tice, projected at 24.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 19% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 53% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 28% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So I like that 28% chance to score 30 to 45, which would be over 6 times value. It's a nice value play with nice upside. So I like Daniel Tice. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look, guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. So I like Daniel Tice here at only 4,600 FanDuel salary. Okay, so one of the studs that I like tonight is Bam Adebayo, projected at 41.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 8,200 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has only a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 17% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 44% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and he has a 33% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and he has a 5% chance to score over 60 fantasy points. This guy's put up a lot of big games this year, so I like Bam Adebayo here at 8,200 FanDuel salary. Okay, moving on to the center position. Another stud that I like tonight is DeAndre Ayton, projected at 41.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. He's 8,600 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, so that's nice. He has a 17% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. He has a 33% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And he has a 3% chance to score 60 plus fantasy points. So this is a nice safe play here. Chances are this guy's going to hit value. So I like DeAndre Ayton here at 8,600 FanDuel salary. And another center that I like here tonight is Steven Adams, projected at 30.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 5,900 FanDuel salary. And let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. He has a 46% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He has a 40% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And he has a 9% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So he has a 49% chance to score 30 fantasy points or more. So I like that coin flip. So I like Steven Adams here at 5,900 FanDuel salary. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.